Hi friends, it's Wednesday, December 10th, 2014. Lynn and Jamie here, continuing our assignment, and we are on a burn to complete this takedown as soon as possible. The question is, do we rip this band-aid off slow or fast? Fast doesn't hurt nearly as much in the long run as slowly ripping it off. So let's just go for it to do what is ours in all dimensions right now to trigger the awakening right now. And with that, it begins. I can't help but notice that when I stabilize my pillar, a very large male face appears on my vertical pillar, just kind of like floating and disembodied, like the wizard in the Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
So perhaps this is a person we are supposed to approach. And so I'm going to take it as my working theory, and if that is wrong, it won't happen, but if that is correct, I'm intending to be in the presence of this person, and we're walking into a very big space, a big domed space. I'm here, there's like somebody basically saying, and why are you here?
That's true.
I'm a petitioner. I have a petition. May I please approach? Starting to live stream up.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. It is an honor to be in your presence. Your face has been appearing on my energy body. I don't know why. My working theory is you have sent for me. Is that the case? How may I be of service to trigger the awakening right now?
I need to adjust the dial. I can't hear what he's saying.
I'm sorry. We had to adjust our hearing. You see, we're occupying multiple dimensions, and it's not as easy as you may think to live in multiple dimensions simultaneously. We're at ground zero and at several different stages between ground zero and where we are right now. Our perception is this is very high up.
Yes.
So in order to hear you properly, we had to make some adjustments. Would you be willing to repeat what you just said in response to my question of how we may be of service to trigger the awakening? Sir, I am so sorry. We're having a hard time with reception on our end, and we're aware that the issue is always with us.
That's true.
And we apologize for the difficulties. It usually takes me a day or two to adjust to a new dimension. It's almost like learning a new language, a new vibrational language. And because we've been moving so fast through these dimensions lately, I don't ever have a chance to learn the language before the dimension evaporates and crumbles into dust.
That's true.
So I hope you can excuse me and forgive me for my apparent rudeness. It's simply that je ne parle pas français. I don't understand what you're saying to me. So I have a petition here, and this petition has there's precedent for it in lower courts. And my petition is this: we all of us who no longer are required to incarnate, who simply have the option to incarnate. My understanding is we all have been called into bodies very strongly right now, that this is the time of the awakening, and it has been for perhaps, 50 Earth years or so, and the call has been coming in very strongly. Get into bodies, get the channels up to source, trigger the awakening, have people begin to live their soul plans.
This is true.
And do it now. And that no one is doing it. And so our prayer to you is that you, sir, press the button, press the takedown button. All the floors beneath here, take them down.
That's true.
Here is our prayer. It has been upheld by a lower court.
Yes.
Here is our prayer. Will you grant this prayer request? So my working theory is that no action is being taken.
I
don't feel any earthquakes. I don't feel anything changing. So I'm just live streaming this up, and my working theory is that, as heartbreaking as it is, that probably you two are also a faker and not willing to do what it takes to trigger the awakening right now, when the call is clearly to do it right now. So I'm live streaming this up, and I'm moving up to a higher court, and I'm
whoa, head rush.
Right. So I am even in a higher layer, and I'm asking once again, petitioning, and I'm just approaching the bench now. I'm tired of waiting for people's permission. I've just been
Walking right up to the bench.
Walking up to the bench, and I'm saying, I have a prayer request from ground zero. I am here from ground zero.
It's like everyone in the room went,
I am here from ground zero, and I have a prayer request that has been upheld in a lower court. It is the time of the awakening. Now is the time. All of us who have the option to incarnate, who are no longer required to incarnate, are contracted by ironclad soul contracts to get into bodies right now and trigger the awakening. And as best I can tell, there are 3 of us doing it. We're crammed into 2 bodies because there are only 2 bodies that are ready for this. And as best we can tell, everyone else is a faker because only these 2 bodies have optional soul presence.
That's true.
Optional soul presence. So we pray that you exercise your authority and push the takedown button to destroy all the levels beneath us, including ground zero.
That's true.
And now since we occupy multiple levels beneath us, we're saying, take us down. Take us down. Not us as individuals. Incorrect, don't shoot me. Everybody has. And you can too, because I seem to be viewed as fair game. People from upstairs drop bombs on me, shoot at me.
That's true.
Live streaming all this up. And I'm live streaming up this conversation too, Your Honor. And so I pray that you exercise the power vested in you by God and press the takedown button. And if you don't do it, my theory is that, like everyone else, you too are a faker, and I am live streaming this up right now.
That's true.
So that if I am wrong, that I can be corrected for my faulty thinking.
That's true.
I start to hear crumbling, crashing down below, but
I do. I hear like things shaking and falling.
yes, something below us is shaking and falling.
It's true.
However, this floor isn't shaking and falling, and so let me turn around and address all these people and say, friends, you're all fakers. You're all fakers. You're not in bodies. There are 2 bodies down there. Look, open crown. Here's all the documentation. Here are the truckloads and truckloads and truckloads of documentation. You're all well aware of this because we've been beaming this up, and don't pretend your faces.
They're all saying, get her out of here.
Right, fakers.
Get her out of here.
Fakers, 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 fakers.
Huge ruckus.
Up we go.
Up. Whoa. Upward flow.
I'm just walking now. I don't really care anymore.
No.
I'm so past that.
Yeah.
Overshoot the mark. Like, let's get the Jolly Green Giant look going. Okay?
Yeah, that's good.
Right. Now they look really small to me.
Yeah, they do.
So I'm walking in with my big, huge boots, and I'm saying, I'm the awakener. It's takedown time.
That is true.
Do you want to press the button, or shall I? If you press it, maybe this dimension will survive and the ones above it. I don't know. That's not my call. But if you don't press it, precedent, history shows that you are toast.
That's true.
So do you want to press it, or shall I?
Live streaming.
Live streaming this up. If this is like last call for you to press this takedown button for the floors beneath you to step up and say, it isn't going to happen. It's time to make a difference. Time to have a new start, a fresh start. And if not, we're just going to go upstairs and try again.
It's true. They still just seem frozen. It's like a paused movie.
Up we go.
Up.
I see one of those hallways with an office at the end of the hall and light coming out,
That's
emanating.
true.
So let's walk down the hall,
Turning
and it looks like just a nice, regular-sized person, friendly person, nice person. Hi.
Hi.
We're here on assignment to trigger the awakening. Here's all our documentation, our legal records, our financial records, our hall pass, everything.
All of it.
All of it. We're here to see the decision maker, the big cheese, the head honcho, whoever's in charge.
Nodding. Come on in.
Hi, sir. Thank you for agreeing to see us. We're charged with the responsibility of triggering the awakening, as are all of us here who are no longer required to incarnate, who have the option to incarnate. Are you willing to press the button to make it happen? I'm live streaming this up to higher powers, by the way. I hear crashing happening. Seems to be way down below. It seems like they don't want to get the floors close to them, but they'll do the floors many levels below. This is twice now this same pattern has played out. So I'm just kind of like panning the camera and saying, I wish you luck. I hope that your floor remains, but my working theory is, because I can see that the button that you just pushed or whatever you just did caused that other kind of like judge person's floor to deteriorate. He did what you did, which is just take down anything that was maybe 10 floors lower and beyond.
Yeah,
that's exactly the same feeling of what you just did. So just so you know, look what happened to him. And do you want to make a different choice? He's pushing the button again, and I can hear crashing closer. Check me on that.
That's true.
Maybe 3 floors. Yeah. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Let's go up.
Up.
As high as we can get. And I pop up, and it's like coming up through a manhole cover.
That's true.
And into a place that's very light and very bright, and the air smells good. And it's an improvement. It kind of reminds me of coming out the top of the top.
Yes, that's true.
And who's in charge here? Good day, sir. We are here to trigger the awakening. Now is the time. Here are all our records, every place we've been before. Here are rulings of lower courts, actions of lower courts. We have several lower courts now who
How did you get in here?
Okay, so live streaming this up to a higher power. My working theory is that you two are a faker, but we'll give you one last call. One last call. I see that people are coming to arrest us.
How did you get in here?
So you're a faker, live streaming it up. You can press the button right now. Okay, we're shooting up on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we walk right over to the desk that's just right here and say, the guy below us is a total faker. Look, he's trying to arrest us. We're the awakeners. So we're here to give you guys a chance. It's last call. It's last call. Press the button for all the floors below, or our theory is that you two are fakers.
They have their button behind a huge plexiglass box.
Right. Press it. Press it. Now is the time.
They say, oh, no one's supposed to press the button.
Yes, everybody is supposed to press the button. You have your soul contracts. Now is the time. Now is the time. Get down to ground zero. We're from ground zero, by the way. It's okay. We'll go higher up. We don't need your approval. Shooting up.
Whoosh.
There's going to be a big crash when we finally get to someone.
That's true.
The person in charge here is female. Well, this is unusual.
That's true.
Good day, madam. Thank you for seeing us. I don't know what to call you.
She's pouring tea.
We are here from ground zero.
She looks very surprised.
It's the awakening. Now is the time of the awakening.
Says, oh, no. She says,
It is the time.
You don't still believe in that story.
It is not a story. It is reality. And now is the time. And we are coming up through the dimensions, giving people their last opportunity to take action before we go to a higher floor.
Silly dears, that's just a story they tell children.
It is not. So this is your last call. I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and by the time I say 3, if you have not done something to trigger the awakening, in other words, to destroy that which is between here and ground zero, then we will move up and make that request of a higher floor, which means that this floor too will be destroyed.
She looks angry. She doesn't look like an old woman anymore. Now she looks kind of like a dragon.
Yes. You want to see my dragon?
Oh, there she goes. Like she.
Do you want to match dragons to dragons? Come on. Don't play that stupid game with me. Up we go. Whoosh. Let's start tap dancing with giant feet.
Things falling off the walls.
Yep. Things falling off the walls and crashing. And asked to be shown what's happening to some of those floors beneath us where they didn't press the buttons.
Caving in, crashing.
The caving in, crashing, things are falling. See if we can springboard one more time. Yeah. I don't have the feeling that we're going to be able to understand these people at all.
No.
It just seems like a completely foreign language.
That's true.
I don't really know how to mime this. Press to a red button, a picture of a red button, and gesture to them. You push
You push.
the red button. Will you push the red button? If live streaming all this up, they're just going, hey, not my job, basically. I mean, I know what that gesture means, not my job. Okay, up we go. I walk down the hall, and I these people feel like hey, Joe, that kind of feeling, you know, like I can talk to these people. So I just let's go to the office at the end of the hall. That's often where the person in charge is. Knock, knock.